We begin the day with a rape trial rocking the royal family in Norway and raising questions over the future of the monarchy in the Scandinavian country. The accused is 29-year-old Marius Borg Høiby. Now, he's the son of Norway's Crown Princess, but he's outside the line of succession as he was born before his mother married into the royal family. Well, today in Oslo, he pleaded not guilty to the most serious of 38 counts against him, including 4 counts of rape. The charges also include abuse, acts of violence, transporting marijuana, and making death threats. Høiby was arrested again on Sunday on suspicion of assault, making threats with a knife and violating a restraining order. Well, the trial gets underway just days after revelations that Høiby's mother, Crown Princess Mette-Marit, had extensive contact with the late U.S. sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after he was convicted of child sex crimes back in 2008. The latest release of the Epstein files contains hundreds of references to the Crown Princess, including personal emails between the two appearing to show a close personal friendship. Now, over the weekend, Crown Princess Mette-Marit issued an apology saying that she showed poor judgment. Well, the double scandal has rattled many Norwegians and affected their trust in the monarchy.
If anything, it just proved to me that they're completely incompetent, to be honest, PR-wise. And at the end of the day, why was the contact even there? I mean, she even wrote that she Googled him. And they said a couple of years ago that she didn't know anything about his activities. But from the mails, we can see that's just a plain lie. So I think they were just lying to the public.
I just think it's extremely sad. It's sad that we have people at the very top who think it's acceptable to associate with a convicted paedophile. I find that quite tragic.
What it'll mean for the royal family? I don't quite know yet. First, we have to know what has happened. But it is, of course, very unfortunate for the Norwegian monarchy what has happened now. So the question is whether it is a form of governance we should retain at all.
Yes, I think she can be queen. I don't think there will be a republic anytime soon in Norway. All this talk is just nonsense. It's not going to happen.
And for more, I'm joined now by Trine Eilertsen. She's editor-in-chief of the Aftenposten, one of Norway's leading daily newspapers. She's also a commentator who has closely tracked Norway's royal family and the pressures facing the monarchy at home and abroad. Trine, it's good to have you with us. The Norwegian royal household now has acknowledged that the Crown Princess had contact with Jeffrey Epstein over several years. Can you tell us what exactly has been confirmed and what is still unclear at this point?
Yeah, we knew that the Crown Princess Mette-Marit had a relation with Jeffrey Epstein, but when she commented that and the Crown commented that in 2019, they said that it was very, very small contact. It didn't last very long, and that there were always many people present when they were meeting or talking, so they really minimalized it. But what we see now from these emails is that their contact lasted for 3 years. They met frequently, even in Oslo. She stayed in his house in Palm Beach, and they also had quite a frequent email correspondence, which in a form and with a tone that has really made the Norwegians react.
Yeah, I wanted to pick up on that because I know some of the reporting now suggests that the relationship was rather warm between her and Epstein. So for Norwegians watching all of this, I mean, does this shift the story from maybe a mistake to something that is harder to explain away?
Yes, I think this was quite a shock to the Norwegians because we have several, top diplomats and other persons who have been in contact with Mr. Epstein, but that the Crown Princess has had this kind of contact with him and actually didn't tell the truth the last time she was asked about this, that has really struck the confidence and the way that the Norwegians look at her role and also at the monarchy.
What do you think that this contact is doing more damage to? Is it damage to her image as a member of the royal family, or is it damage to her as an individual, or is there no difference in the eyes of Norwegians?
Well, that's kind of the magic and the problem with the royal family. The persons are the firm, the persons are the institution. So when you lose confidence in one of the persons of that institution, it kind of harms the whole institution. So it's really a problem for the entire monarchy when such a central member, she is to become Queen of Norway one day, and when she gets this story tied to her name right now, it's an acute crisis for the royal family and the castle.
And this is happening, of course, at the same time as the trial of Marius Borg Høiby, who was her son from a previous relationship. I mean, he is part of the royal family, even though he's not officially a royal. So how has the royal family, how have they been handling that?
Well, that's one of the things that I think all the journalists are really trying to get some answers to, because we wonder how much have they known along the way? Have they tried to stop him from doing what he's been doing? What contact has there been between the royal family and the police or the investigators? These are all questions that I think many needs answers to. But right now, unofficially, they don't comment. They say that this is being handled by the court. We do not want to influence the police or the court. And actually, half the family left the country today. And the Crown Princess probably left the country today. So they will not be present during the trial at all.
Yeah, and I know I've been reading some commentators saying that their absence will speak perhaps even more loudly than if they were present there for the trial. We need to be clear that although he faces multiple serious charges, he has not yet been convicted of any crimes. Is there any sense that he has received special treatment because of his ties to the monarchy?
His defenders said today, and actually they have a fair point, that no one who has done what he has done has ever received media attention or attention like this. I mean, his life has been in an extreme situation the last couple of years. So in that way, he has been treated differently. And we have some questions around how did the police tell him and his mother that he was being arrested? Did he get a warning that other people wouldn't have gotten? So there are questions tied to it. But I think the investigation as such seems to have been performed fair and the way it should be.
Trine, what do you see then as the bigger problem for Norway's royals here? Is it the accusations against the Crown Princess's son, or is it the fact that she had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender?
Right now, both of them are huge problems for the royal family. But at the same time, I think the fact that she has a son, a grown-up son, he's almost 30 years old, I think the people can actually forgive her and the royal family for that, because they haven't done all the deeds that he is accused of. But I think that the contact with Epstein is a problem in two ways. The substance of it is a problem. And of course, that the Crown Princess didn't really tell the truth when she was asked about it in 2019. And that's what people really react to. And it's a trust issue now, and that's quite serious.
Yeah, and obviously the optics of this are very bad for the monarchy. And perhaps coincidentally, there was a long-planned vote in the Norwegian parliament today over the future of the monarchy. And I think lawmakers voted by a large majority to keep the monarchy, and that's despite all of these controversies. How do you explain that vote?
Well, one explanation is that this vote comes with regular intervals, and the majority in the parliament is big, and among the political parties is big. And I think that if they were to vote against the monarchy today, they would need really to work through it for quite some time, several years really, before they actually made that decision. So it's more a symbolic vote, and it was, as you said, quite a coincidence that it happened today.
How important is the monarchy to Norway or Norwegians' sense of national identity?
It's very important. You know, when Norway became a free country, free from the Swedes in 1905, they actually voted that they wanted to in the monarchy, different from any other young democracies in Europe and the world. And they voted in the monarchy, and the kings, the previous kings, we've had 3, they have done a great job for Norway. They were very important during the Second World War and also later, so they have a great symbolic value. And the Norwegians, you know, they have around 80% normally are supporting the monarchy, even people who in principle don't support it. They say that we love our king and we love the queen, so we would like it to continue. But now we see that the numbers have fallen actually quite dramatically just this weekend.
And I understand Norway's monarchy, it survives on the idea that it represents stability and values above politics. So when scandals like this hit, does the institution, does it still have that shield, or do you think that the shield is now starting to crack?
Well, it really depends how the family now responds to this story with the Crown Princess. Because if they decide to do as they've done now, just say that we don't really have that many comments, she is embarrassed and should never have had contact with Epstein, people have many questions. But if they handle it and kind of tell the whole story and say they're sorry, then the Norwegians, they can forgive almost anything if you have a true repenter in front of them. You shouldn't be too sure that this is really that damaging in the long term, but they have to handle this situation quite wisely the next couple of weeks.
Okay, Trine Eilertsen, editor-in-chief of the Aftenposten newspaper in Norway. Fascinating discussion. Trine, it definitely has the world's attention right now. We appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.